Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2004's modded career mode. We are racing under the lights in California, and if you remember how Michigan went, California pretty much shaped up to be the exact same, most exciting racing that you'll ever see. So go ahead and just buckle up and strap in, because some rivals were made, some new rivals were reignited, and the chase for the cup is coming up. Well, we're going to California, and I'm not sure what to expect this late in the season. I mean, we've had some really good races so far. And if you guys didn't get a chance to see the last video, I really implore you to go back and rewatch, that race. And maybe even the race before this one, which is the California 500. You guys might want to check out that Motor City 400, the exact sister track to what is California. And we had Mark Martin win that race. We have Jeff Gordon win the Florida 500K. And today, the California 500, well, no one knows who could possibly win. It could be me, it could be somebody else. It could even come down to a 5-way fight for the win. All I do know is that we are now 2 races away from beginning the chase for the cup, which starts in New Hampshire. So this is probably that last little bit of last ditch effort for many teams to try to get themselves into the chase for the cup. But we're really safe. We've locked ourselves in. We're number 1. I mean, there is absolutely no, I could literally go on vacation. I could just skip the next 2 races and still make the playoffs. But with everything currently already in the, works of getting upgraded, because we are looking forward to the chase, I think we're pretty solid right now. I've been in contact with one of the manufacturers, and I'm beginning to lean towards that manufacturer myself. And I think it would be really cool to bring that manufacturer into the sport. So I'm looking forward to what is coming up, but we'll be making an announcement hopefully in the next couple of races. So be looking forward to that one. In the meantime, let's go ahead and just quick select, because we only have one Speedway car that we can actually build, since the other Speedway car is currently being overhauled. So are you guys looking forward to going to California under the lights? Because I am. Let's head to the track and hopefully qualify in the top 5 or the top 10 or anywhere. Maybe first. You know what? We haven't had a poll in a while. I'd love to get a poll. All right, guys. So remember, just like the last couple of races that we've had that have been all power, if I blow my engine, like if the engine officially blows, my race is over. So California, Michigan, tracks like that, Dover, those type of tracks. We don't want a repeat of Dover from earlier this season. So if I blow my motor, that's it. I'm out. So in light of that, I've already made a change to the gear ratio so that I can have a little bit more headroom running by myself. In the draft, of course, I'll be right up in it, but running solo laps, I should be a little bit better. 21st on the first lap. That's not good. I have to be as pinpoint perfect as possible. I was in that fight for that win at Michigan, and I'm still kicking myself over that. All because I touched the wall.
Good speed. We'll start near the front.
8th place. That's great.
Thanks for joining us here in Southern California for another NASCAR Winston Cup Series event. Pit strategy could be a major factor in this race, Barney.
Well, you're right. Fuel mileage is a big concern for a lot of teams. All the green flag racing means they'll have to be very careful when they decide to pit for fuel.
The 53 car has had a couple of incidents on the track with the 6 car.
A little contact now and then is to be expected. The track gets crowded real quickly when you put 43 cars out there. I wouldn't be too worried about it.
2002 was a breakout year for Kurt Busch and his Roush Racing team.
That it was. With 3 wins and 10 top 10 finishes, he showed that he's one of the rising stars in NASCAR.
All right, guys, don't forget, we do have a wild card spot wide open. So if there's a guy who wins this race and they're in the top 20, they could make their way into the chase as a, low seeded car, but that could mean a lot. So Jeff Gordon, if he wants his buddy Jimmy in the chase officially locked in, he might want to make sure he lets that happen. Outside of that, 40 laps for us means that we're going to have to kind of figure out what we're going to do I'm not too concerned about a little bit of contact with Jeremy Mayfield, and there goes Mark Martin.
The 6 car is still there. Still there. 40, 14.
Seeing constant issues
Only
right
1 second behind the leader. 3 wide. The 40 car just
now. Wow.
number 6.
What was that, Mark?
Still beside you.
Come on,
Falling
man.
back. Focus on your marks, buddy. Still there. Gotta keep the tires in good
The damage that we just got, I think, is going to hurt us tremendously. A couple of laps in, and we've already dropped back to 12.
Keep running that line. That lap was fast. All right. You're not making any friends out there.
Me and Mark Martin are going to have problems.
People angry with you.
Yep. Well, I've made my rivals. Guess I'm just going to have to run with it. I mean, he shot out like a cannon. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I got into Mark Martin first. I really don't know or understand how this happened. But
36.
turn 1 and 2 was just bad. I'm surprised we're still actually keeping it straight.
About 1.5 off the leader. He might try to rattle your cage. Clear.
We can't let Jeff Gordon get away because he got away from us in Daytona for the Daytona Road Course event and absolutely just put one on the field. So can't let that happen again. I really need to go after Jeff Gordon. I gotta lead some laps to hopefully help stymie this man's momentum because he's on a momentum run. We got someone up all the way near the wall. I mean, this track is huge. It has big grooves, but being up by the wall is probably not where you want to be, at least at this stage. I'm slowly reeling in Jeff Gordon. Lap number 8, 8.6 or 0.86 seconds back to Jeff Gordon.
Only has about a second on you.
I'll bridge the gap here. I think this lap is going to bring us a little bit closer. If I can just get his draft a little bit, I think we'll be right on top of him. Gained like 0.2 of a second in the last lap. Oh, that's right. I'm not very happy with Jeff Gordon, am I? Jeff, I would not block me if I were you. I'm not happy with you.
Number 24 is inside. Be careful. Don't be surprised.
Shouldn't give you the chrome horn all the way down the track, man. Don't block me.
Number 24 is trying a block. All clear, buddy.
Apparently me bump drafting this man has made him a little bit madder at me. Go figure. I mean, he can put a block on me all he wants. The thing is, that doesn't faze me, man. Might not have as many championships as you do right now, Jeff Gordon, but I definitely have something out that you don't have.
Is trying to block.
The ability to push my equipment further.
37, 46. Hey, keep digging. This car's gonna come to you. Be patient. The leader's right in front of you. The 24 car up high.
Side by side with Jeff Gordon.
Hold your line. You're still there.
Try to push him up the track a bit here.
Okay, we're clear.
Didn't work out the way I wanted it to.
Attempting a block. 37, 7. Let's get to work now. Leader's pulling away. Number 24 is outside. Don't let
Side by side with Jeff Gordon still.
Still.
Gordon got into me there.
You're in first. Clear all around. The 24 car bumped you.
Gordon and I got together.
Down a little. Be patient. And have trouble on the track. The field races back. Starter finish line. But we are under caution. The yellow flag is out.
That ain't good.
Problem out on the race course. That's a tough break for those guys.
Okay.
Right rear tire's wearing down.
So me and Gordon got into each other.
You're halfway on fuel.
I might have retaliated there just a little for him getting into me.
You're clear.
I'll accept that.
45, 56.
But he's got to stop. He's got to keep that car off of me. It's been weeks where this is going on.
Seconds on you.
Oh yeah, I definitely egregiously took my revenge on him. The good news is we didn't cause a massive wreck. It was just us two. That hit sounded so bad. Look, I'm tired of Jeff Gordon. He keeps hitting me. He keeps trying to bully me. He keeps trying to put me in the wall. I've had enough. I'm locked into the chase. I think he's locked in as well. I just don't want to keep dealing with his mess. So
make service to their
I'm
cars.
sorry.
This is the race.
I shouldn't do it. You guys are right. I know y'all are going to probably tell me in the comments I was wrong for that. I know. Look, I know. But the rivalry right now between me and Jeff Gordon is red hot. Okay? It's a red hot rivalry. One that I wish we weren't in. I wish we could just be 2 points contenders battling it out like normal. But instead, he wants to be Mr. I'm going to wreck Neko. So I'm going to be Mr. I'm going to wreck Jeff Gordon until he stops trying to wreck me. Repair the damage, please, boys.
We got some cars who didn't pit up front. Watch for traffic to stack up behind them.
I'm down in 21st.
NASCAR pulls off the track. Green flag is in the air. The track is clear of the earlier accident, and we are back underway. Racing down into the corner. The leader leads them down into the corner.
The leader's got you by 2 seconds.
Yeah, it came in 13.
It's looking right. The 20 car up high. Still beside you. Moving towards the front. Top 20. Still got some racing to do. 3 wide.
First laps out on a restart are always very important, very pivotal.
Still there.
See Steven back there, by the way.
Hold it steady. 3 wide. 38, 58.
Wow, you're fast.
Clear all around. 3 wide.
I don't know why we're 3 wide on lap 18.
What's wrong? Clear on both sides.
Oh, that's right. Mark Martin is also my massive rival. Eesh. Okay, so my nearest 2 competitors in the point standings are also my biggest rivals. Hey, that seems pretty good. Slingshot.
3 wide. 36, 92.
That's it. That's the speed we're looking for.
3 wide. Hold that line. Keep coming, buddy. Number 88 's coming up quick. Clear all around.
Got Kurt Busch in front of me now.
Got one outside. Number 97 's down low. You're clear.
Their ability to hold their lane is immaculate.
I'd like to see him stay back there.
No
Slingshot.
one car up high. 36, 90.
You got some passes left in there somewhere. I know
I
you.
have to do everything I can to get past some of these guys. Some of these guys are just in the way. See, Matt Kenseth is currently leading for the Ford guys. I see Casey Kane up near the front. I think I saw Jimmy Johnson up there. So a lot of people did not come down pit road that I think honestly should have. Jimmy faded back really far, and I think he really would have benefited from a pit stop.
It's inside. Okay.
Got JL Jarrett on my inside. I'm not going to worry about that. Quite incidental contact, but we're just past halfway.
Car high. 37, 35.
Okay, let's get after these guys now.
Nice pass. Okay, we're clear. Number 38, it's up high.
I'm literally trading paint with these guys every time.
42 car down low.
Ooh, here's a good move.
7, 44.
That speed will get us to the front. Keep it up.
Attaboy, top 5 now. We're in the groove. All clear, buddy.
Somebody got into the wall at some point. Not longer to go in this race right now. Looking about 15 laps.
Got one outside.
I think Matt Kenseth has a good lead. I really don't want to work with Fords, especially the Roush Racing Fords, but I do feel like they might have some speed today, and working with them would probably be a good idea.
Okay, we're clear.
So that's what I would do. I'm going to hunker down and work with Kurt Busch here for a second, see if I can break away from some other people. I do know that the front 2 should be pitting at some point. I don't know if Kurt is also underneath that same policy. Well, somebody blew up on the backstretch. Don't know who that is. That would be Casey Kane. That's gonna hurt him. If he's outside the top 20 in the points, he won't make it into the wild card spot, which means it would go to somebody else. I don't know when these other guys are gonna pit, but I do know one thing's for sure. I'm beginning to fall back. I think Roush is playing that team game right now. They've got the 99 blocking their own team car, the 97, so that Matt Kenseth can drive away from the field. Meanwhile, I've got Robert Yates Racing's Dale Jarrett catching up to me. I'm beginning to think that there's some race manipulation happening from that Roush bunch right now. Because the fact that they're actually intentionally blocking one of their own drivers who looks like he's even faster, it means that they're going to try to hope that they can build up a big enough gap with Matt Kenseth and avoid, you know, maybe going down a lap.
Number 88 is inside.
Right rear's getting worn. Take it easy out there.
I've got 9 laps left on these tires.
Up to third, buddy. Still there. Take it easy. Number 99 is still there. Hold your line. He's still there.
Ease up a little.
37, right.
You're gaining on the leader.
Still there. Okay, we're clear. No one inside.
Left front tire's a little worn.
Clear on both sides. Number 88 down low.
I've been pretty quiet because of the fact I'm really trying to focus on all this and trying to digest all this information.
You got some passes left.
But we've got to catch Matt Kenseth now.
About a second.
We've got equipment and tires that is beginning to wear out. We are getting lower on fuel than we were before. But it looks like the guys who haven't pit yet are going to come down soon, because that's the lowest line Matt Kenseth has run this entire time.
Some of the leaders are coming in.
Yep, there's that pit stop. Jeff Burton's also coming in. A lot of points contenders that really needed another caution are now on pit road. Imagine if they would have gotten those cautions that they were looking for. Like, seriously, imagine that. If they would have got a caution that they were looking for, I personally think that we would have a different story on our hands. Car is definitely not wanting to control itself well in the corners,
Let's get after these guys.
but working behind Kurt Busch is helping me.
Break away from the pack.
No one inside.
Might be time for a new left rear tire.
All clear, buddy.
I think we just need a caution. A timely caution right about now will preserve my race. 'Cause I think I've only got enough to really make one charge at Kurt Busch at any point on this track. I've only got one.
Gas left.
And I just got the notice that I'm low on fuel.
97.
Keep coming. We're getting there.
This race just ratcheted up for me.
To go.
Number 97. It's up high.
Kurt Busch done hit my nose a little bit there. Is that Joe? When did Joe get up here?
97, 76.
Don't ask no questions, Neko. Just be happy I got another Pontiac in the top 5 again.
Let's see if we can lead this thing.
Be great if Steven showed up in the top 5 too.
The 97 car is outside. Nothing damaged. Keep digging, buddy. Number 97 is gaining.
I got into Kurt Busch. That's not what I wanted. I've got Joe behind me, but I'm going to give the 97 back this position.
Number 171 up high.
I'm going to give the position back to Kurt. Let him fight it out with Joe. Hey, man, we got to go for it.
Your rear view mirror.
You're clear.
I'd love to say it's another like it's a 6-car battle for the win with Joe kind of pulling away now. But one of these cars is a lap car.
24, tail left. Small pass.
I think we should go. I think we should definitely we fought Kurt Busch and I think we're going to get clean this time. Yeah, Matt Kenseth I think was oh my gosh, Jeff Gordon, what are you doing? I forgot you hate me right now. Now, I did not intentionally hit Kurt Busch that time. I clearly got hit into him. I really don't like Jeff Gordon right now. Is Joe about to win this race? And did Matt Kenseth really just race himself back onto the lead lap? He did. Joe wins. I finished second. That is a 1-2 finish for the team. And it looks like Steven was not in the top 10. I blame Jeff Gordon.
The drivers didn't spend much time behind that Pontiac pace car today.
Well, I'd say the fans would probably have liked to see more excitement. I'm sure the drivers, on the other hand, were happy about the low number of caution flags.
The 53 car didn't do anything to improve his standing with the other drivers out there.
I'm not sure how all this got started, but now that they have a little history on the track, it'll be something to watch in the weeks ahead.
From all of us at EA Sports and MRN, thanks for joining us for this evening's race. We'll see you next time.
I'm actually impressed that Joe wound up winning the race. He really came from out of nowhere and kind of took it away. That's basically what I've got to say. That guy started 39th to lead 3 laps and win the race. Go figure. Anyways, we finished second. Jeff Gordon third. Dale Jarrett, Kurt Busch, Joe Nemechek, Tony Stewart, Rusty Wallace, Mark Martin, and Ryan Newman rounded out the top 10, as you guys are very well aware of. Steven did drop outside the top 10 down to 12th after starting 38th. Bob Labonte finished 11th. John Andretti snuck in to 13th, another consistent finish for him. Bill Elliott, in his part-time schedule, decided to finish 16th. A little bit further down, very concerning, with Casey Kane's whole debacle. We had some guys come down pit road, and of course, you guys already know Matt Kenseth wound up racing his way back onto the lead lap on the final lap, which is how he was able to finish 30th, but after leading 15 laps. So he actually winds up, saving himself another 10 extra bonus points. Jeff Burton was back there. I don't know what Jimmy Johnson's team was thinking. That man finished 33rd. He deserved better than that. A little bit further down, Casey Kane, as you guys know, definitely DNF'd, and I didn't realize this, but Kerry Earnhardt also DNF'd. So that kind of sets the stage for the next question. Who's leading the Manufacturers Championship? Who's leading the bubble drivers in the top 10? And with Kurt Busch's win, does that mean that there might be one extra, wild card position off the table? Well, I don't think so, because I believe, if I remember correctly, he was in the top 10 this entire season, just lurking. So let's head back to Atlanta, get our cars ready for what will be Richmond. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just jump straight into the points here. In theory, John Andretti has clinched himself a spot in the chase, but it's by the narrowest of margins you could possibly think of. It's about 156 points from John Andretti to Joe Nemechek. You can get 146 points if he finishes dead last and Joe Nemechek leads every single lap or the most laps and wins the race. That is the only theory that I can see where Joe Nemechek does beat John Andretti. John Andretti could also stand to move up in the standings. He's 50 points behind Tony Stewart, 56 behind Jamie McMurray. Sorry, guys, I'm getting a little tongue-tied because I'm trying to process this in the back of my head while trying to explain it to you guys. It's not looking too great. Also, Kurt Busch was already locked into the chase. He was 5th in the standings, so that kind of leaves just really no true bubble for this. And Casey Kane is 20th in the standings. He just needs to finish better than Ricky Rudd and he'll make it into the chase as the wild card driver because he's won a race and he's outside the top 10. And then of course, we still have the last position for a wild card driver to make it. And comments, it's up to you guys, who you guys decide. Now, if you guys don't want to decide who it could be, I'll select somebody from the top 20 here that I feel like should have made it into the chase had they had a little bit more luck in their season. I probably am also going to try to base it off of, their driver stats, like, top fives, for example, maybe even top 10s, maybe even their average starts or even their average finishes, because, lately things haven't been looking too great for a lot of drivers. And I do feel like some guys should have made it in and they just didn't. I'm thinking along the lines of like maybe Bobby Labonte, maybe even Joe Nemechek will get in. Even if he doesn't actually get there in the top 10, maybe it could be a Joe Nemechek thing. You never know. I never know. So if you guys don't want to make that decision, you guys let me know, and I will personally make a decision to see who I think should actually make it up in there. But as it stands right now, if you guys are concerned about the manufacturer standings, because I've been finishing so strongly, and we just had Joe finish strong with me as well, Pontiac is now back at the top of the standings over Ford, because Ford actually kind of overtook us briefly, I think. I don't know. It feels like Ford has passed us a few times in the manufacturers championship, and I just don't check it all the time, which is pretty bad. I might add. So, sorry, but we are currently leading the manufacturer's title. As it stands right now, I am not going to do anything too much. Again, we've got to move on to a new manufacturer soon. So the race shop is going to basically kind of be what it is until that time. But this is officially the last race before the chase, where we have 10 races to decide the champion. And those 10 races are after Richmond, of course, New Hampshire, Dover, Talladega, Kansas, Lowe's, Martinsville, Atlanta Motor Speedway. Then we go to Texas Motor Speedway. Then it's North Carolina. And then we go to Homestead. Those are your 10 races. Okay. Just to make sure we got the math right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. See? So we do need to finish this last race, which is the Chevy Rock and Roll 400. That will be the next episode here on the channel. I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing who's going to be in the chase for the cup, who could potentially be our new champion, or would it be a strong championship defense for me? Well, only time will have to tell. And with a lot of racing left to do in the season, there is no guarantees out here. If you like today's video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace, everybody.